All right, Shalom. Giving all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. And as always, peace, blessings, and salutations unto the for elect tabernacle of David that are scattered abroad across the four corners of the earth. So now I'm watching this premiere where you got Captain Tazariak, Guerrilla Hebrew. That's the quintessential chief high priest Alazar, and you have the guy from the Fugazi podcast. I think his name. I think they call him Cooley or something like that. And I noticed that a few brothers had did lessons regarding this guy lately, but I didn't get a chance to watch him. But what I will say is some of these red pill podcaster manosphere dudes, they might come off as an intelligent type of individual because they might know a few things. They're well with articulating themselves. But despite all that, we know that the scriptures say that the Most High, he makes foolish the wisdom of this world. And it also tells us in 1 Corinthians, the first chapter, that he doesn't he have not chosen the wise of this world. All right. It even says that he chose the foolish to confound the wise. He chose the weak things of this world to confound the mighty. So it definitely don't matter, if you are very well articulate, so-called educated according to this world or according to the world standard individual. Either you're going to receive this, you're going to get the understanding, or you're not. All right, the Lord either gave you the eyes to see and ears to hear, or you're blinded. All right, and I think that they're Tazariak and Guerrilla Hebrew and the other individual, I think he's an Israelite as well. I think they're wasting their time with this dude, but this is what they do. Anybody that's hot and have a voice or a platform, they're going to speak to whoever and see if they can, reach them. But you can't reach everybody. All right. And I remember maybe about a month ago or a couple months ago, this same individual, he got exposed because, we know that these manosphere dudes, they like to speak on high, being high value men and having standards, not dealing with certain types of women, don't deal with single mothers and this, that, and the third. Have some dignity, be self-made, have your shit together. But come to find out, this dude actually married a Edomite woman who already have children. He married and knocked up a so-called white woman that already had children. So she was a single Edomite mom, and this dude he fell for her and is taking care of her and another man's children, even though he preach what he preaches on his platform. So he got exposed for his hypocrisy not too long ago. So you can understand why he would try to, come from a worldly standpoint of, trying to, protect, the Edomites and say that we all are equal and it's immoral, if we, if the Most High is prejudice and this, that, and the third, whatever he's gonna, because I can already see it. All right, that he has an issue with, the Israelite doctrine, due to the fact that, we preach that the Lord is dealing with one people. The Lord has racist ideologies, you know. So I'm gonna play some of this, because this is just premiering. I never, this is just live. I've never seen this video, so I'm gonna listen, and I'm at times I'm gonna pause it and make my points and also bring the scriptures in, because that's what we do. We make sure we filter everything that we say, through the scriptures. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Says all souls are mine. It's only talking about the souls in Israel because that's the land that it's concerning. But what Christians do is they'll read all souls are mine and they'll forget that it's written to the land, the people in Israel. They'll think it's for everybody. And that's where, when people think we have this particular worldview, it's not that we have a particular worldview. We just reading what the text is and washing off the indoctrination of Christianity.
Got it. So, and I don't think we have a disagreement there. I don't think me and 6'5", we never disagreed on that part. The part where I'm arguing on is this. So your argument is, where did racism come from? You're looking at, you used an example of, well, when the Constitution was it written for all people? I say, well, back then, no, it wasn't written for all people because it was slaves back then. So obviously everyone wasn't equal because the slaves wasn't equal to the white man. We get that. My argument is not about any of that. My argument is a meta ethics argument. It's about morality. So I'm coming from, is racism morally right or morally wrong? We know that there is some scriptures can be, interpreted to seem racist. We know that. There's how many people can.
Well, a lot of the times when you read the scriptures, it's pretty direct. There's no question about it. There's really no debate. All right. You can go into several scriptures where the Most High even says that the nations before him are as nothing. He said he counts them less than nothing in vanity. That's, what do you make of that? That's pretty direct. You can't interpret that anyway because it says what it says and it's very direct. All right. 2nd Ezra 6 and 54 on down. Matter of fact, let's go to that real quick. There's no way that you can just interpret it and make any argument outside of the fact that the Lord said what he said. You can't, basically, in other words, you can't make the Bible say what it didn't say. All right, so this is 2nd Ezra 6 and 54. And the reason why this dude believe in this equality crap is because, like I mentioned, he's married to a so-called white woman, a single mother white woman at that. All right. So, that's where his mind is at. Okay. 2nd Ezra 6 and 54 says, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing. So you have the chosen line, which were the sons of Adam at the time, and later on they became the children of Israel. All right, that's why when you read Psalms 82 and verse 6, when it says, I have said that ye are gods and you are all children of the Most High. That means you are all sons of the Most High God. All right. So the Israelites are the sons of God. Okay. which came of Adam. It says, but be like unto spittle. So everybody else outside of that classification, the Lord looked at them as a spittle, all right, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. You can't get more racist than that. But, you know, this dude is set out for a defense for the wrong people, just like these typical Christians. But, you know, he has this, you know, worldview because, I mean, look who he, you know, follows. Look who he's in a relationship with. All right. And this is why the Lord told us not to marry, you know, these heathen women who you can have them as concubines, but don't marry them, you know, because they can turn away your heart. And I'm pretty sure that the Edomites got that dude's mind. So that's why he thinks the way he do. All right. So anyway, this is just an example. And this, like I mentioned, you know, I mean, people do try to twist scriptures for their own purpose, you know, for their own agendas, to teach certain things that they ought not to teach. But there's certain things that you can't really argue. It's black and white. It's straight up direct. Okay. So let's go back.
They can interpret it to promote wars, to promote racism, to promote a pedophilia.
To promote war, to promote. So, I mean, these things are literally in the Bible, though. Okay, these things are literally in the Bible. The Lord prophesied that, you know, there would be a war. He even says that he's coming to judge and make war himself, talking about the Lord. Revelation 19 and verse 11. He's coming to judge and make war with all the nations. So, I mean, if is the Lord himself promoting war? He even talked about how there's going to be war, the war of Armageddon. All these nations are going to be assembled in one place in battle. Joel prophesied, you know, wake up the mighty men, you know, basically prepare for war. You know, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak now say that I am strong. The Lord said he mustereth the host of the battle. Isaiah 13. So let thy mighty ones come down. So war is in all these things that he's mentioning. There, it's contained in the Bible. That lets you know that this dude, he doesn't really know and understand the Bible like that. He's only trying to understand from his own perspective, and really it's influenced by the worldly view, secular view. All right, this guy is basically not spiritual, which is why the Lord is not dealing with the wise of this world, because they're not spiritual. Matter of fact, what did Paul say? Let's go to 1 Corinthians 2. First Corinthians 2. First Corinthians 2, and let me go to the NLT on this. All right, I'm gonna start at verse start at 10. It says, but it was to us that the Most High revealed these things by his Spirit, for his Spirit searches out everything and shows us the Most High's deep secrets, in which the Lord, he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So we can actually let you know, all right, based on the word of the Most High through the Spirit, the secrets of the Most High, and establishing His way, understanding what His will and purpose is. The Lord said He declares the end from the beginning. So the things that we're witnessing right now, the Lord already spoke it, and the things that are getting ready to happen, the Lord spoke it as well, and we can go into it and we can break it down to you. And it's not by private interpretation; it's by way of the Holy Spirit. Verse 11, it says, no one can know a person's thoughts except that person's own spirit. And no one can know the Most High's thoughts except the Most High's own spirit. And we have received the Most High's spirit, not the world's spirit. There's NoFugazee dude. He has the spirit of the world only. So he's only going to understand based on the world's point of view. He says, so we can know the wonderful things the Most High has freely given us. When we tell you these things, we do not use words that come from human wisdom. We don't have to use word salad and a lot of us are known to not have the best grammar, pronunciation when we speak. A lot of us have speech impediments. So it doesn't matter. Even the Lord told Moses, who made the tongue, who made the mouth, who made the ear? Was it not I? So go and tell these people what I'm telling you. So the Lord can make somebody who's not that literate, and it can use them as a vessel to, bring forth the truth and make wise people look foolish. We don't care about your college degree, your PhD, whatever credentials you have that you think validates you. Because this is from heaven. You can't go to a school or university to receive the secrets of the Most High. That's just not where you're going to get that. It says, instead, we speak words given to us by the Spirit, using the Spirit's words to explain spiritual truths. But people who aren't spiritual can't receive these truths from the Most High Spirit. It all sounds foolish to them, and they can't understand it. For only those who are spiritual can understand what the Spirit means. All right? Those who are spiritual can evaluate all things, but they themselves cannot be evaluated by others. Because they also examine themselves. Okay? Before you go and teach others, make sure you learn and understand. He made sure Ezekiel ate the whole roll before he went to warn Israel. Okay? So, last verse says, who can know the Lord's thoughts? Who knows enough to teach him? But we understand these things, for we have the mind of the anointed. And as it is written in Isaiah 55, my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are my ways your ways. So this guy trying to rationalize the ways of the Most High and the things that he teach concerning, the works of his hands and why he does certain things, him not being a spiritual dude, but worldly, he won't get it. But I understand, this is how they get their content and get, attraction. Talking about Captain Cesariak and Gorilla Hebrew. This is what they do. All right. But they're definitely not trying to reach the elect with trying to build with this guy, trying to get this guy to understand, because we're at the point where we know. All right, once a guy don't get it, when you've spoken long enough to him, then there's no reason to continue to speak with him. All right, you move on, because we're only trying to reach the elect. All right, but anyway, let's listen to a little more of this.
Philia to promote a grape. They can use it to promote all of these weird.
He said, and you can use it to promote grape. Now I know was going through to Zaryak's head. Yeah, that's right, because GMS, they promote that, which is the typical slander from all the different camps that that are indifferent to a great millstone. They teach that we promote it. We don't promote anything. We just say what the Bible say. All right, and which is biblical. When it happened, there were different ramifications for that action. And I'm not going to go into that in this lesson, but y'all done seen plenty of lessons going into it. But people would interpret us teaching that it happened and there was ramifications for it. They'll interpret or say that, well, y'all teach it then. Y'all teach that you can do it, which is very wicked and disingenuous. All right. Anyway, let's keep going.
Immoral worldviews.
Okay,
I think we all can agree with that.
Right.
So, how you three Hebrew Israelites interpretate the Bible, what me 6'5" and Gorilla, what we were speaking about before you came in, because you may agree with them, you may not. I don't know. Or unless y'all are homies, I don't know. But we came to the conclusion that God is racist. Then Gorilla did explain, well, it's a different type of racist. Correct me if I'm wrong. You said that he's not partially racism. What's the word you used?
I say he has racist ideals. And
got it.
I use the reference of the law about usury. We can lend usury to the heathen, but not to our brother.
Okay.
And also, you can see a roadkill to the non-Israelites.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So then it's like, okay, well, God has racist ideals. So then, when I think about it, because this is my first time speaking to y'all, and maybe y'all never picked up in.
Well, the Most High, he made races, he made nations, and he also divided them and set one people near to himself. He made them the rod of his inheritance. That's definitely a racist. And also, if I can, let me grab this real quick. In the Christian Standard Bible, when you go to 1 Peter 2, which a lot of Christians use to try to teach that the strangers being interpreted non-Israelite nations can be saved or can make it. You go to this verse here, 1 Peter 2:9, and this is how you know that this whole epistle is literally to Israelites that are scattered, that are estranged from the land of Israel. All right, this is 1 Peter 2:9. It says, but you are a chosen race. So not everybody is chosen. A royal priesthood. You can go back to Exodus, the 19th chapter, where he said that we would become a kingdom of priests, right? A holy nation. Thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God, and he has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are on the face of the earth. So Peter even reiterates this. And he can't be talking to non-Israelite nations when clearly the law states that Israel will be this holy people, a kingdom of priests. It says that people for his possession, so that you may proclaim the praises of the one who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Okay? So this is like blatant. All right, you are a chosen race. And people get on us, like, y'all always try to make this a racial, you coming with your racist ideology. Well, what is it saying here? He didn't say, but you all are chosen races, or everybody is, all races are chosen. It didn't say that. He's pointing directly to one ethnic group, and which happens to be multi-ethnical when you get technical, because each tribe in Israel is considered its own nation. So, but it makes up, one particular race because we all go back to one man, which is Jacob, which his name was changed to Israel. So this is just one example, man.
of my ism. Here's my mantra: influence creates thinking, and thinking creates behavior. It's
Right.
it's pretty undefeatable. You can't really defeat it. I debated it a lot. People tried to defeat it. You can't defeat it. So if we are all made in God's image, well, in your worldview, the Hebrew Israelites are made in God's image, right?
When he created man in his image. The image is talking about the ability to receive instructions. Those instructions or laws he gave to the children of Israel, and in the righteous way, we would have filtered it out to everybody else.
But we didn't do.
Well, let me get Wisdom of Solomon real quick, because we were once, at that point. That's why we were called the sons of God. It wasn't until we were corrupted, all right, and our image in which we were naturally made became corrupted. So the Lord no longer saw himself, all right, in us when we started to deviate away. All right. And really, it all goes back to when the serpent beguiled Eve, and then she went and, fed, the wicked lifestyles and ideologies over to Adam, and he became corrupted, and then, just trickled down generation after generation. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and verse, I'll start at 22. And it says, as for the mysteries of the Most High, they knew them not, neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned a reward for blameless souls. For the Most High created man to be immortal and made him to be the image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world. All right, and this is where we begin to fall away, from that image, because we started to deviate away from the Most High's instructions, or like Tazariak just said, and we started to follow the way of the other nations. Getting into idolatrous practices and customs, which is vain. And like it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter, when you commit idolatry, that's the beginning of spiritual fornication, and you start to become perverted, corrupted. You start to practice immoral customs, like strange rituals, child sacrifice, the things that these other nations were doing. All right, you no longer are representing the Lord's image when you're doing so. You matter of fact, when you're doing these evil, wicked things, commit murder, whatever you're doing, you're morphing into the image of corruption. Okay, but we're when the Lord changes us, we're being adopted, into the sons of God. When you read, was that 1 John, the 3rd chapter. We're going to be in the Lord's likeness. We're going to be immortal. We're going to be incorruptible. So we're not going to be subject to sin. All right. But Esau, the damn devil, the so-called white man, he's there to keep you, corruptible. And he set his own standard of living, his own moral compass that the world has to follow, and it's based on corruption. The scriptures say that he's a fornicator and a profane person, but yet he's the one that's establishing an image that all the world is supposed to worship. AI, transhumanism. That's so he's trying to reshape the Lord's image into his own image. He's telling you what's morally right and wrong. You can't preach healing by holistic medicine, because you can be in violation. Don't teach that natural herbs and prayer is what actually heals. No, you because now you're going against our pharmaceutical industry. We got the drugs to heal you, or we will mark you off as a misinformation spreader. Medical misinformation. So he's trying to change the course of order that the Lord established. So he's going against the natural image of the Most High. He's basically telling you, no, he is not, but I am. That's what this devil is doing on the planet Earth. He can tell you, there's more than two gender, and if you go against that, you're a bigot. So that go against the image of the Most High. So if you take hold to any of these ideologies that this devil has taught the world, then you're definitely deviating from the true image. Okay? And, we were, like Tazariak said, we were supposed to, what our image, shine our likeness to the rest of the world so that the world would look to us and see that there is a God. Like it tells us in Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, this is a wise and understanding people that have God so nigh unto them. So let's go back.
Do that.
Right.
Okay, but we didn't do that. Yep. Got it.
Right. We failed at the job. That's correct.
Okay, so okay. All right. Well, this is okay. Now I'm learning something different where you guys didn't put that in. Okay, so the Hebrew Israelites, the original ones, failed at the job of distributing the law and order, I guess, to the rest of man. So I just want to expound on my point, and then I got you. So then my argument still stands firm. It's still like, if God is a racist, and we know that influence creates thinking and thinking creates behavior, we also know that in Matthew 7:12, so in everything, do to others what you would want have them to do to you. So this is influence, right? How you would influence people. If God has racist ideals, you would then want to spread racist ideals to the Hebrew Israelites. You would then want those Hebrew Israelites to spread racist ideals to other nations. So this would be promoting racism. This would be why black people were in. This would be.
Well, would you say about the animal kingdom? Each different species have their own set of ways about themselves. All right, how they take care of their young ones, their offspring, who they go to kill in the ecosystem to eat and survive. Hyenas are not going to come together with lions. They're natural enemies, and it's because of their instincts, their primal instincts. Also because they're trying to survive and they have their different way. All right, so they're not gonna be at harmony with each other. The Lord made different species for a reason. This guy, he showing you how his mind is influenced based off of worldly perspective. The Lord made all things different. It's not meant for everything to come together and be all co-equal. It's never been that. You could just look at the Lord, the animal kingdom. Look at the ecosystem. You go down into the marine life. Different classifications of fishes. All right, they don't all come together. They don't all swim together. They don't all eat the exact same thing. So, like, So that's why I believe, there's only so much you can say to guys like this, because he figured he already knows it all. He's a super smart dude, and he got a big platform, and a lot of people watch him. Some people probably even look up to this dude. So there's really nothing you can tell this type of dude. He got it together. So he's not gonna understand, man. But it's pretty crystal clear in the scriptures, all right, that the Most High definitely is racist, and there was a reason why he told us to be holy, because he's holy. He didn't tell other nations, you be holy too. That if they worship the moon and the stars, or if they worship a goat, a cow, they worship a fish or whatever, then that's what the heathens do. But you don't do it. All right. When we came into the land of Canaan, he said, don't be performing witchcraft and sorcery. Don't have incestuous relations with one another. Don't do what these heathens that you see these heathens do. That's what they do. And it's built into their nature to do what they do, because the Lord, he made us different. All right. We all have different manners, different etiquette. Don't eat things with blood in it. So, yeah, this dude, they can read the Bible to him, till they all blue in the face, but it's not gonna seep through to him, because the Lord ain't dealing with this dude. All right, he ain't dealing with him. So, I'm gonna end it right there, and hopefully y'all were edified. I'm give all praise to y'all. Shalom.